Well, there's a bit of enhanced volatility in the ag marketplace right now. Of course, much of that due to the war going on in Iran. We're joined by Ethan Robson of agmarket.net today for the closing market summary. And Ethan, what are we seeing in the grains at the close of the day?
Yeah, weaker tone in the grains and oilseeds today. Big story was obviously last night on the open. Crude oil and heating oil complex jumped higher. Crude oil jumped higher, was able to get above to that $119 a barrel mark in that April contract WTI. And so that really set the stage for the overnight trading session. We saw corn, soybeans, wheat all gap higher, all have positive gains going into the coffee break this morning. And ever since then, saw crude oil back off, trading right now around $93 a barrel. So quite a bit of retracement from there, and so that kind of just bled over to the grain complex. Have May corn down 7.25 at 453.5. New crop corn down 3 at 481.5. There almost got to $5 overnight, 498.5. The highs there. May soybeans down about 4 cents, 11.96. New crop hung in there, up a penny, 11.47.
So we know we have all of this global news coming out right now. And then tomorrow, to add on to that, we have the March WASDE report. But I know we normally don't see too much from that. Do we think it'll be a bit of a nothing burger?
Yeah, that's the thing too, with all the headlines and news going on from the energy complex spilling over to ag. Most people forget, oh, we have a WASI report tomorrow. Early estimates show that steady for most of the trade estimates there. Big report's going to be that end of March. Planting intentions and grain stocks report's going to find out, okay, what's that first guess of how many U.S. Corn and soybean acres we're going to have there. And that's really going to set the tone there for the next couple of months going into U.S. planting window. Big, obviously, the rally in the corn market. So that's going to be interesting to see. Does that change acres anymore? Hearing a little bit of rumors of farmers having a hard time getting some fertilizer. So does that change the acres equation at all? That's the $1 million question.
And yeah, when we see those acreage numbers, I'm sure it'll be quite a bit of an impact on the ag marketplace as it always is. And at this point, it is seeming like we will see at least a little bit of a shift there, right?
It is, yeah. Seeing a little bit of a shift, just early estimates, kind of what we've been thinking. Ag Market JSA had an early survey looking at that 94.5 million corn acres. Some are higher as well, just all depends as that. But that's going to be the main driving force at the end of the month. And then on top of that, to add to more volatility, is President Trump's expected to meet with a Chinese president in China the end of March, March 30th through April 2nd, I believe. May have gotten those dates wrong. But on top of that report, we're going to have verbiage from those two meetings. And so expecting some volatility going into the end of the month.
And then over on the livestock side of things, how do cattle and hogs trade today?
Yeah, weaker tone as well on the livestock side. Saw feeder cattle go down limit early this morning, was able to claw back there. Reports of a possible strike in the JBS facility in Colorado just ultimately had that weaker tone for the cattle market there. Had live cattle April contract down $4.42.5 at 230.15. Feeder cattle that April contract down about $5, 346.55. And so early on had stock market down as well, 2%. That dragged over the protein complex there. Just weren't able to give back, especially with the ongoing possible strike going on in the Colorado JBS facility.
And it feels like, especially last week, but these past few business days in the livestock markets, that cattle have just been big moves up and down either way. Do we feel like there could be some consistency there in the marketplace, or are they going to be hopping back and forth as really all the markets are right now with the global news?
It's going to be hopping back and forth. It's kind of been the name of the game right now. Just a lot of uncertainty in that marketplace. Live cattle closed below that 200-day moving average for the first time since the end of November. And so that just causes some more uncertainty there on a technical perspective. And so this just really shows the importance of proper risk management, having some sort of risk management strategy in place. There's numerous tools in the tool belt, so to speak, that you can use. But just in case prices like this happen, where if we do have a little bit of a pullback, you're protected.
All right, Ethan, lots of great information today. For anyone who would like to get in touch with agmarket.net to learn more, how can they do that?
Yeah, give us a call here in Bloomington Normal. Be happy to help. 1-800-779-1515. Visit us online at agmarket.net.
All right, Ethan, thanks again for the time as always, and we'll talk again soon.
Yep, thank you.